Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to offer some points on how we, the Chinese, see China and its position in the world. We, the Chinese, see China today as the biggest developing country in the world. China's GDP ranks second globally. It is an amazing achievement of the previous generations, since the country was once in a ramshackle state in the early 20th century. But China was for long, in history, the biggest economy in the world until the early 19th century. Our nation craves and deserves rejuvenation. According to our national plan, a moderately prosperous society will be built up this year. China will realize socialist modernization with all basics in place by the year 2035 and become a great modern socialist country that is prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, harmonious, and beautiful in mid of this century. But the road to rejuvenation could be bumpy and muddy. We seek not to tread the old path of the developed economies, but to blaze a new trail. There are profound reasons. Today, China supports 19% of the world's population, 16% of global GDP, 12% of global trade, 28% of world economic growth, with only 7% of the world's arable land, 6% of fresh water, and 12% of mineral resources. China's population density is 45 times that of Australia, 4 times that of the United States. China's GDP is roughly 10 times larger than Australia, and trade volume 9 times. But Australia's GDP per capita is 6 times larger than that of China, and personal wealth 9 times. China cannot afford to live in the Australian way or in the American way because of different natural endowment, demographic profile, economic status. We do not believe that unbounded materialism is sustainable or the untethered consumerism is ethical. We need to find how to share quality living among our fellow citizens, how to share growth opportunities with other economies, and how to share Mother Nature with other species. Understanding sharing is a major trait of socialist belief. A socialist system will guide and facilitate sharing of wealth and opportunities among members of a society with differentiated remuneration in proportion to personal contribution. Modern capitalism survives as an outcome of gradual incorporation of socialist elements, including pension, compulsory education, and medical welfare. China is and will remain in the primary stage of socialism for a long period of time. The overarching mandate of the government and the Communist Party of China is to meet the ever-growing needs of our people for better life and to promote comprehensive development, human development, and common prosperity by eradicating poverty, upgrading productivity, optimizing allocation, and improving livelihood. To this end, China is committed to building socialist democracy and rule of law, deepening reform and opening up, strengthening legal establishment, improving governance system and capability, and imposing strict discipline within the party. The central government is now preparing formulation of the 14th five-year plan for social and economic development that will cover the period of time from 2021 to 2025. The plan will focus on high-quality development that hinges upon innovative industrialization, sustainable urbanization, green and inclusive development. We will invest more in R&D to boost high-value sectors such as digital manufacturing, telecommunication, including 5G, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, aeronautics and astronautics, superconducting, just to name a few. We will advance low-carbon and recycling economy and promote utilization of renewable energy. It is estimated that another 400 to 500 million people will join the current 400 million middle-income group in the next 5 years. Each time at the end of a 5-year plan, China takes on a new look. Back in 2015, I could not have imagined what China would look today, and I won't be surprised to find how limited my imagination is today by the year 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said above, China will share growth opportunities with others. China's foreign policy is based on the idea of building a community of shared future for mankind. China will further open its economy and welcome foreign business with lower tariff, shorter negative list, strengthened APR protection, and more transparent regulations. A recent survey by the Chinese Ministry of Commerce showed that 99.1% of foreign companies in China will continue their operation and investment. At the same time, Chinese companies will continue to invest in overseas market, which is estimated 120 to 150 billion US dollar each year. China will actively participate in international efforts for peacekeeping, anti-piracy, anti-terrorism, settlement of regional conflicts, and contribute to global security of food, health, energy, cyberspace, and outer space. In face of COVID-19, China fulfilled its duty earnestly as a member of WHO, donated 50 million US dollars to the organization, and committed 2 billion US dollars for international aid, and pledged vaccine from China for global public goods. China honors its obligations in international institutions and organizations. China is a member of more than 100 intergovernmental organizations and signatory to over 500 multilateral treaties. China does fully and faithfully implement every international legal instrument as signatory, including Paris Agreement on Climate Change and the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Having experienced the 5,000 years of incessant evolution and endured vicissitude of glory and dismay, we, the Chinese, always adhere to a Confucian perspective of nature, of humans, and the world, contrary to a Hobbesian perspective which is now overwhelming certain part of the world and some political figures. We have confidence in harmony based on convergence, unity based on diversity, righteousness based on commitment, equality based on mutuality. We know beggar thy neighbor won't work. Common prosperity will last. Monopoly or supremacy won't conquer. Benevolence and justice will prevail. 20 years into the century, the world is facing unexpected challenges, including COVID-19, economic pressure, social rupture, and partisan schemes towards schism and confrontation. What kind of world we will leave to next generation in another 20 years depends on how we work together to constrain the impact of challenges and expand profit from opportunities. As comprehensive strategic partners, China and Australia shoulder special responsibilities. Keep your eye on the sun and you will not see the shadow. This is the Australian saying President Xi quoted 6 years ago in Canberra. In 1963, Professor Wilburn Christiansen from University of Sydney ventured into China and helped our National Astronomical Observatory to build its first radio telescope of 9-meter diameter, which is a precursor to the Sky Eye in Guizhou province today, now the world's largest single-dish telescope of 500 meters diameter. Professor Christiansen saw the sunshine on the other side of the Iron Curtain. In March this year, Mr. Jack Ma donated 2.15 million Australian dollars to the Peter Doherty Institute in Melbourne for the purpose of early discovery of a coronavirus vaccine, Papa Alibaba. sees the sunshine of shared human destiny breaking through the cloud of ideological paranoia, which we believe will be blown away with strong breath of history. We should not let cold heart and dark mind cast a shadow over our partnership. We should not let narrow interest and myopic view misguide our exchange and interaction. We should not let outdated stereotype and plotted distortion mold our understanding of each other and the world. We should not let empty slogans and willful branding dictate our narratives of our bilateral relationship. We should not let our younger generation be swayed in belligerency and deprivation of progressive thinking and inclusive society. We must make our partnership work for our people, for our children, and for the world. Thank you very much.